Hi, my name is Aditya and I'm doing the Mama Keto 100-day challenge. This is week 2 and it's been an interesting journey.
Why did you make the decision to get on a nutritional plan?
So I got onto a nutritional plan because as an endurance athlete living with type 2 diabetes, it's quite an exciting journey managing your glucose levels. There was also a friend who was getting married and was on Mama Keto and loved his body changes. So I said, okay, let's sign up.
Out of all the options out there now, why Mama Keto?
Kind of quirky name, Mama Keto.
Did you have any side effects 2 weeks being in ketosis?
Yeah, I think the first week was a challenge because my body was so used to eating carbs, even though it was kind of low carbs. You had interesting mood disorders, but then when I discovered something called the bulletproof coffee, that kind of changed things. Although I think it's quite a sin adding butter or oil to black coffee. Black coffee is good by itself. But the interesting part was now in week 2, my body likes and I'm quite full with eating high fat, low carbs. Though my first meal is carb intensive, so that's nice.
How have your glucose levels been ever since you began?
My glucose levels have been interesting. It's been a roller coaster ride. I think there are some days where I reach out to the Mama Keto team and say, hey, my glucose is going up or it's going low, please help out. And they do.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate the following. Service.
10.
Accessibility.
10 because it reaches you at 8:39 in the morning and then you have 3 meals that are sorted.
Taste.
Pretty yummy. Some of the dishes like cauliflower sambar, very different. Like imagine cauliflower and sambar.
Consultancy.
Consultancy 10.
Food quality.
10.
Alright. Delivery convenience.
10. Can it come earlier or early if possible?
What are your first impressions of the company after a couple of weeks in?
So after a couple of weeks on Mama Keto, it's been quite interesting. You get 3 packaged meals, sometimes 4, but they've included a salad, and it's up to you, breakfast, lunch, dinner, which one you want. Although high carb, high protein, and all your carbs, your heaviest meals in the morning, so that's been quite interesting. And lunch and dinner a little lighter. Eating changes have also changed because Mama Keto gives you so many different qualities of food. North Indian, South Indian, continental, it's quite interesting.
Best and the worst Mama Keto dishes.
That's a tough one. They're all quite yummy, but I think not my favorite as a local is pulioge or anything that supplements rice. Favorite one are the coconut flour rotis. They're so divine. It's like an appam, but it's coconut. Pretty cool. Pizza lasagna.
Meal expectations versus reality.
Well, it's my first time ever on a subscription meal platform, and as much as I like cooking, so it's been pretty exciting.
There's a big stigma around keto, but also India is the diabetic capital of the world now. Do you think it's the lack of awareness around that stigma still exists?
So I've lived with diabetes for over 14 years, and I've tried a variety of different diets, like the Mediterranean diet, but I'm predominantly vegetarian. So keto is an interesting part. This is week 2 of week 10. So in my personal capacity, I think keto is quite interesting. Low carb, high protein. But going back to the second part of the question, I think there is a lot of stigma around people living with diabetes, but you have to kind of choose which part of the stigma you're breaking because every day is a new stigma you have to deal with. But remembering that why you started the journey and why you want to do it and how much do you want to change your life, that's what matters.
Can the low carb, high fat diet be an alternative to medicine in order to heal metabolic disorders?
So as a person living with diabetes, I think it could, but since we're doing a 100-day challenge, I think it's too early for me to rate it. But of course, any person living with diabetes would like to get off medications and live a healthier life based on the food they eat. So I'm excited with Team Mama Keto and to see how much can I change my life. The interesting part is when I travel and then I don't have access to my 3 meals a day, I have learned how, thanks to Mama Keto, how to eat portion controlled size meals, which is exciting because when you portion your meals out based on a quarter plate and not a large plate, it's quite interesting. Or if you put it into a square box, how a piece of lasagna looks, it's quite interesting.
Are you familiar with Ozempic? What are your views on it?
I took an early version of Ozempic in 2021 for a couple of months as I trained for a triathlon, for a half Ironman, and that was insane because you were training for 3 different sports, 5-6 days a week, and your appetite was through the roof, like 5,000, 6,000 calorie burn. So you had to eat to fuel that kind of workout. Dulaglutide was nice, but it was prohibitively expensive. It was almost 5,000 rupees per injection. And obviously now looking at it at 2024, I'd say, walk more, walk like your grandparents did, walk after every meal. But basically, as I'm trying to learn over the next 100, over 100-day challenge with Mama Keto, is that if you change your food, you change your life. That easy to think. But the interesting part is, when you go out and you're socializing with your friends, how do you eat?
That'll be all for now. Thank you, Aditya.
Yay! Bye!